What is up, people? I know my mic, it probably sucks worse to all hell right now, and it is my fault. I apologize for the late. What I am actually doing as we speak. 1 second. Alright, what I am doing as we speak is getting my settings back in order because my OBS is continuously crashing. So I had to go with a brand new scene, so basically I'm kind of at the whim of starting over again. So I appreciate you guys still being here who have lasted so long. Give me half a second so I can get my mic settings correct, because I can only imagine what it sounds like right now. So give me half a second while I pull my cheat sheet out from all my stats. And while I have you guys do that, I will be a nice guy and I'll let you listen to some music. Again, I apologize. I'll get it all taken care of, and give me 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and we'll all be good to go again.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hate applying my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding niggas out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably dollar sign. Got the energy to win it, my nigga, I'm feeling great. Got a date with destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a fuck what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police. Straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, 12 can't really stop shit, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot shit. In a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale. Everything must go sell. Hitting bitches with the old well. Need 100 million on the low scale. On my worst night, I'm the best nigga. Wouldn't mess with you, couldn't cap to him. Homie spotted me like 700, brought 1100 right back to him. If I can't do it, then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
How, why? I don't know, but they are. So, the show must go on. Get this stuff out of my way. And get to the chat of people yelling at me that I need to hurry up. And blah, blah, this and that. Alright. Okay. Okay. We're going to start over fresh now. Alright. What's up, guys? Alright, so, like I said, my OBS is all messed up. So I had to pretty much start everything over, like, right 5 minutes ago. So, do bear with me on that. I do apologize. Let me just move some stuff around. And then what I'll do is give the Hangout link to you guys so we can start in. Let me just get the stuff moved around. I apologize again, guys. You guys can get on the panel and yell at me all you like because, man, I'm very late. All right, here we go. All right, links out there. All right, guys. Again, I do apologize. I'm probably gonna say it like 6 more times. But topic at hand that I wanted to talk about, thanks to our buddy Seek and Find, maybe in the chat or not, is the idea that, well, for one, he constantly believes that gravity is a pseudoscience somehow. But we'll get into it and see how it goes. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, sir? Talk again so I can make sure everything's good. Can you hear me? Hello. Aaron? need to unmute yourself.
I don't know if you're talking, but we can't hear you. On
All right, how's that? Is that better?
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I figured it was. I'm having to redo everything right now. My OBS kept crashing on me over and over again. I don't know if it's going to do it again or not, but I figured fuck it.
Fucking mess.
Well, my headphones are, so fix that. What's been up to, Aaron? Aaron, what have you been up to?
Well, working, developing my own property, just ins and outs of the day. You know what I mean?
Cool. Anybody want to yell at me before we start? Get that over with.
Hi.
Hello, Crash.
Hello, Sean.
I
What's
found
up,
the
Blue? How
theme
you doing,
song
sir?
to hashtag.
Yes, what?
Mhm.
Said I found the perfect theme song for hashtag corrupt toady.
I don't even know if we're going to do that yet. I plan to, though.
So,
All right, well, I'm going to give
Hang
Sean.
on, still
I'm going to
set
give
up
Sean a
shop.
tongue lashing. I'm going to give Sean a tongue lashing right here because in our world, Sean knows if he's supposed to be there at 8, motherfucker better be there at 7:45. Otherwise,
All right.
contract canceled. You move on. Okay, Sean? Gee whiz. This is getting ridiculous, bro. It's been over what? It was an hour and a half this time? Almost? Gee whiz.
But Aaron,
yeah, but I
that's
make
at
good
work.
money on the side bets.
Somebody's got to lip him. I mean, he knows I'm not serious. So.
All right.
Plus, it's his show.
I literally wasn't even paying attention, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm good now. Just so in the chat, everyone, I know I've asked this like 6 times. Just want to make sure my audio is good and you guys can hear them as well.
Crystal.
Does my audio suck as usual?
As always.
Awesome.
All right. So
Actually, you're not roboting like you usually do.
yeah,
No.
that is true.
No, it actually sounds pretty good.
For now, let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. This crash we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
What's up, Aaron?
So I have a question.
We heard you. We heard you the first time. What's up?
Well, you haven't even, opened up the show topic or nothing. I just thought I'd open up with my. Well, so
Well,
I have a question.
Well, I figure I'd let you get all that out before I got into the seriousness of the conversation. And then, no, real shit. I'm just now finishing up fixing things. You had your chance. So, the discussion I wanted to talk about is pseudoscience. And basically, what is pseudoscience? Because our buddy Seek and Find, the one that loves to talk about gravity all the time, he said himself he believes that gravity is pseudoscience. Doesn't really make sense in the fact that we could use the scientific method vigorously in different situations to come to the conclusion that we have already. Asking him what would be the alternative, asking him what pseudoscience actually is, in an example was pretty much impossible. I invited him on the panel to have one-on-one discussion about it. But
that's the key right there, Sean. Get him to define what he thinks pseudoscience is.
Yeah, it's
get him to define. He needs to define it.
But that's the thing, though. He's not going to define it like we want to, or better yet, he does define it. Because actually, I do have it right here. I'm going to go ahead and read it.
What's the definition?
Okay, so this is. I'm just going to go ahead and read off what we had gone through back and forth, so you guys can understand where this is coming from. Okay, so in yesterday's comments, he commented, never go full pseudo. I said, define pseudoscience for me. I figured he wouldn't at all, but he did. Said, the collection of beliefs or practices mistakenly regarded as being based on scientific method.
Okay, there we have it. Okay,
Yep.
whoa, wait
Go
there.
ahead.
Then he needs to define what he means by the scientific method, and see if we get a QE here.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Well, then
the-
he's just talking gibberish, isn't he?
yes,
You
absolutely.
have to define your terms, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying that doesn't follow the scientific method. So then the question becomes, what is the scientific method in your opinion? And you'll probably get a quantum eraser. You get the
Huey and Rolf. Huey and Rolf, it'd be nice if you let Sean get his point out.
yeah. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
shut up. No,
He was-
pardon.
Nah, he was fine because that's exactly what I was going to say anyway. I don't think he's going to be as
I just
fluid
wanted
about discussing that part about it because he's not an answer kind of guy. He's more of a questioner.
Oh, then you can't have a discussion with the guy, can you? You know, the discussion's over at that point. If you're not willing to define his terms and answer questions, then forget it.
Yeah, and that's why I made it the stream topic. I invited him on. He said he thought it'd be someone is hot micing. I bet it was. Is it Aaron? Oh no. Let's see. Because it couldn't have been any funner for the day. Mars, why don't you just go so we don't have to do this back and forth shit every time. 1 second. Get to the meetup. Change names so I can not deal with this part. You guys want? Or Aaron, did you have a question? Did you want to say something a minute ago?
What Huey and Rolf was saying, and what you're getting at about seek and find, talking about gravity, you're going straight into the pseudoscience, where the more relevant topic, I believe, would be pseudo force. Inertial forces are pseudo forces.
Wait, why do you think it's a pseudo force?
Well, inertial forces are pseudo forces. Look, I'm making that statement, Sean, but because I read that on Wikipedia. I read it from scientific references. Okay, inertial forces are pseudo forces, and so we could go into then what is gravity an inertial force? It's definitely not a force. Possibly an acceleration. We could go in there. So, yeah, no questions at this time, just a statement. And if I mixed up inertial and non-inertial pseudo forces, I'm sorry, but yeah, same meaning.
Well, inertial forces can be thought of as pseudo forces or imaginary forces. They're called different things. They only come about in a rotating frame of reference. Gravity is not a direct push or pull, okay? But neither is magnetism.
Okay. Good point, Blue. Very good point. Are you equating gravity to magnetism at all?
No, not.
You brought them up in the same sentence.
Not exactly. But I'm saying there are forces that don't involve direct pushes or pulls, and pseudo forces, like you mentioned, are some of them. Magnetism is one. Gravity is one. There's not a direct contact thing. Nothing is directly pushing or pulling on anything.
Absolutely.
We know that.
Okay.
Oh, we're playing nice. It's okay. We can
Blue.
play nice.
Blue.
I'm not triggered and cussing
Anthony
yet.
Riley destroyed you, Blue. Okay, now we're not playing nice.
Yeah, Anthony Riley got destroyed. So what happened?
I know.
Anthony got destroyed by Sean Hufford and tried to say that shadows off buildings aren't real shadows tonight.
Oh, really?
Hey. Let's keep on topic. Pseudo forces, inertial forces, gravity.
Blue, that it's on Sci-Strike.
Pseudoscience, whatever that might mean. So.
Well, we'll get back to that, Chris. He had a bad morning, and I guess he finished it up correctly. Good for him.
I think
What the hell is?
hashtag corrupt toady needs some GG Allen in it.
My boondog say
Oh, I loved your intro music.
my personal one for the Outlaws. That's a badass song.
Yeah, it sure is.
Pseudo song.
Pseudo song.
Just trying to keep it on track here, fellas.
Pseudo Aaron.
Right.
Sean, I'm going to send you a pseudo super chat. There you go.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to send super chats anymore.
I know it. Plus, Sean doesn't deserve it. He doesn't show up on time like Jose.
How mad was your wife when she found out how many super chats you were sending?
She wasn't mad. I dropped $800 in her lap and said, deal with it.
Well, damn. If you need something built, you can throw some my way.
I don't know who you are or what you provide.
Right now, I'm taking a break from building the mud truck because I'm pissed off at my welder at the moment.
Oh, crashes. That's you?
Link to the new hangout in the chat, in our chat. So you guys wanted to jump over there, and I'll meet you there. Alrighty. I'll wait for everyone to get in here. What a day, what a day. Welcome, welcome, Blue. Again, I do apologize for that. What's up, Maxwell?
What's up?
Huey, what's up? What's up, they and them? What's up, Sean
Good
Smith?
morning, sir.
What's up, Aaron? I think we got everyone in here now. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I apologize. Man, today has just been a shitty day when it comes to my computer, so... again, I sorry, everybody. All right, we should be good to go now.
Not really.
Crashes.
He is.
What happened to Crash? Or what was someone saying? Oh, he hadn't made it over yet? Was he in the middle of talking when when I said it was time to go?
Probably.
Oops. I apologize. I didn't mean to. Things up. Watch. Tomorrow it's gonna be so much better. I won't do this again, I promise. Okay. So now that everything's back, everything seems good. Looking around. It's all good. Perfect. No, it doesn't. I'm not worried about that, Jose, because now I'm back. I'm changing. I'm doing the cell phone way. So as soon as I do that, I won't really care. I just had to be able to get to that point first. And you guys will see a name pop in here in a split second.
Is this thing working?
Yes, we're all good to go. We're live. Everything's good. Now I'm just doing background stuff. All right. All right. We're all gonna act like none of that happened. We're gonna start all over again. Here we go. I had a conversation with Seek and Find. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Let's talk about it. Stay again, Crash.
So is that the Cliff Notes version of what we were talking about?
Yes, because now we can actually actually start into what we were talking about. Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of you guys have heard the conversation I've had with Seek and Find when it comes to gravity. His main question is what are the... Show me it. Can you see it? What are the effects of it? Even with explanation, he still won't budge. He likes to call this the pseudo panel or whatever he said. I forgot to name it, what he called it. But I asked him what is pseudoscience in his view. He went to Google search or Google definitions and gave me the most basic definition that he could probably find, probably the very first one. Hugh, you actually asked a question that was very important. What does he think the scientific method is? I honestly doubt he'll answer that question. If I asked him what the scientific method is, I'm guessing he's going to say something like, science can't figure it out, or science doesn't apply. I don't think it works that way. So
Which is not an answer.
It's kind of a loaded.
not.
It's kind of a loaded question too, because there's
He needs to define
more
what he means by the scientific method. He's just talking gibberish.
Hmm?
He needs to define what he means by the scientific method, or he's just talking gibberish.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things. Say again. Go ahead. Say it again.
It's meaningless drivel unless he does that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to even accept anything beyond it, or accept anything beyond that from him until he starts explaining a little bit more of it. But when it comes down to obviously the topic at hand, trying to find a good list.
Because what I suspect will happen is he'll come up with that quantum eraser thing, quantum eraser's definition of the scientific method, which is his and his alone. According to quantum eraser, specifically
Huey and Rolf, you've heard quantum eraser plenty of times. So have I. So has everybody here. Do you have an alternate method that you could test gravity?
No, I don't, but science does. Science has many
Absolutely.
scientific methods.
Well, can you state one, or just for the panel? I mean, for us.
I will. I'll do it. Observation.
To test gravity.
Okay, here you go. Observation. Ready?
To test.
Aaron. Yeah. Aaron, you ready? You may want to write this down. We're going to get into it.
Okay, I got my paper right here.
So, gravity. I doubt you really do. So, gravity, you asked.
Which direction do I got a piece of paper. Which do you want me to draw shit? What do you want?
No, I just want you to take notes. So when we get over this, we're not asking the same questions like seek and find. So you wanted to know, what was your question again?
Well, I said Huey and Rolf had an alternate quantum eraser of the scientific method, whatever his method he may bring.
I didn't say
okay. I'm saying it's okay. But
what about seismology? Is that science?
Say again?
Seismology, is that science?
Sure. I'll go with it, yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't know. I'm not a seismologist. I'm not a scientist.
You can't manipulate the independent variable in seismology. All you can do is observe, gather data, and study it. That's how seismology works.
Come up, with the theory. That's all.
But according to quantum eraser, that would be pseudoscience because you cannot manipulate the independent variable.
Observe. No, you can't do. You cannot retest it. You cannot create earthquakes. You can't do any of that. So you just observe, create a theory. Pseudoscience.
Wait, what?
Right there. Very simple. It's not a bad word. You guys think pseudoscience is a bad word? It's not.
Well, it means
it's actually a lot of what our whole life is based on. Right?
Okay, so let me. Maybe this is what it means. Okay, so you've asked Aaron. You said, what is an alternative, which makes zero sense, to the scientific method that QE states? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because Huey and Rolf was, against that.
I don't agree with the definition that anything falls outside.
Is there any other way?
It's not science.
Observation and theory.
Okay, so what field are you speaking of? So you got to be more specific, because at first you were talking about gravity, and if you want to go through gravity, we can. But I need to know. We need to be on the same page.
Sure, let's keep it with gravity. That'd be fine.
Okay, so you're saying that, or quantum eraser saying, and you're repeating that gravity is pseudoscience. Am I correct?
No. Huey and Rolf came on your show.
Yeah. Huey
3 minutes ago,
and
said that quantum eraser's strict definition of scientific method is not the only way.
Okay, is there only one scientific method? Okay, Aaron, is there one scientific method or multiple scientific methods?
Don't know, dude. I'm a dirt worker. You guys tell me, right? Okay, Huey and Rolf, you tell me, because quantum eraser's strict definition sounds pretty reliable. However, I'm open.
Can you
I'm
repeat it?
open. Somebody, go ahead.
Can you repeat it? Because you sound like you're pretty confident that quantum eraser's idea of how things work is solid.
Actually, he
So-
didn't say that. He said he doesn't know, but
Quantum
quantum
eraser.
eraser sounds pretty
It
convincing.
is the scientific method.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it is.
So, okay, fine. Okay, I see what you're saying. Quantum eraser's view of the scientific method is BS. The biggest issue I have with it is that well, for one, it's all like kidnapper style. It's weird. For two,
I don't like the way he presents it. You're right.
Yeah, but so there's going to be different ways of coming to a conclusion in science, and that, I mean, there's. Go ahead and share my screen because I was just going to start reading off something, but
I gave an example. Quantum eraser actually has a list of all the sciences he dismisses out of hand because they don't follow his version of the scientific method. There's
It's not
geology.
his version, Huey.
It is
It's
his
not his.
version. It is his version.
He did not fucking
It
copyright
is
this version.
he might as well have.
Method.
He
No, he
literally might as well have.
Oh my God!
He's cobbled together
It's
a quote
textbook
what he's
from
done, and he's saying-
thousands of years of observation, science, or hypothesis, test,
what he's
retest,
done, Aaron,
have a null, and they go
So,
for
okay,
what is the outcome?
Aaron. So here, right now, we're looking at the branches of science. So, are you saying that formal science is going to have the same? You're going to go about getting to a conclusion the same way as natural science, or
No, I never said that. I just
social
said that
science?
Huey-
I know, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you. How where QE says there is one scientific method. I'm trying to now show you that there are multiple versions of the scientific method based on whatever they're applying it to. Right?
what QE has done is he's cobbled together a bunch of quote mines. That's all he's done to try and make it look as though he's right. And then he dismisses.
When we're
Sean G, YouTube
Yeah.
or Google's scientific methods, and you'll get the two most common methods used.
my only
He's not wrong in saying that is a
point on
scientific
this
method.
was I was just asking Huey because Huey came on, mentioned QE's scientific method, which is not his per se.
It
Maybe he
is.
copyrighted it, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Anyways, I asked Huey, is there an alternative to test things like gravity?
Alternative.
We're on a
hang on,
specific
'cause
thing called gravity,
Aaron,
which he can find
Aaron,
was
that's the thing.
kidnapping.
Because from the start of it, I told you there are multiple ways of applying the scientific method. QE believes there is one.
Right, and any field of science that doesn't follow that, he's dismissing as pseudoscience. He dismisses
You
them
might
out of
have-
hand. He
Listen, we
dismisses
don't know what he
astrology.
believes.
He dismisses astrophysics. He dismisses cosmology, which is strange because he quotes.
Sure,
astronomy.
because they're missing component links of an actual
Here we go.
scientific hypothesis, experimentation,
Wait, what?
demonstration, manipulation. You know, astrophysicists
that's
cannot manipulate what they
Stop.
see. They can't manipulate.
Stop. Okay. So here's the problem with what you're saying right now. For one, there's
I'm
multiple.
not saying it's not science. I'm just saying
Two.
it might be.
What's your definition of pseudoscience?
All the theories that we live by.
All the what? All the theories?
The theories that we live by. Sure.
What do you mean theories that we live by? Can you elaborate a little bit? Because
I'm a
it's not making
human
very
just
much
like
sense.
you, right? We have gravity. That's a theory. Never been proven.
No, it's not.
We have.
Stop. We're gonna stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there.
heliocentrism. That's
So
a
what
theory.
about gravity? Stop,
Never been
Aaron.
proven.
So what about gravity? Are you saying isn't correct?
Give me an example.
No,
Like,
gravity.
Yeah.
You said you're the one who's saying gravity is pseudoscience and it's not correct. Blah blah this, blah blah that. So now it's time
theory
to
of gravity.
yeah. So
Okay, well,
explain
well,
to me what is not.
It's an Einstein. It's an Einsteinian theory of bending warp space time.
Okay, let's
which-
start over
which has
again.
nothing
Start over
to do
again.
with
Stop.
me,
Stop. Yeah, Aaron.
Right?
Aaron. Stop.
That's gravity.
Stop. So you're kind of going everywhere. It's kind of frustrating at the point. this point.
No,
Okay,
that's
so
gravity.
this is what I'm going to ask you again. And let's get real simple and clear. I don't care about quantum eraser. I don't care if you can get to a Google fast enough to answer this question. Explain to me what the scientific method is.
I would love to see if I was going to do a test, like such as on my machine or something. You do a diagnosis, meaning you try to find out what the problem is. What is the problem? Then you try to figure out the cause. Then you try to figure out the effect, and then you try to figure out how to fix it. Okay? These are 4 steps, very simple. Now, I'm not a scientist, Sean. Neither are you, and neither is anybody on this panel. Okay? So,
Aaron,
Hold on.
hold on with that. I have a degree in applied biochemical sciences.
okay, so what's your scientific method?
No, Sean is
Nope.
working through yours at the moment.
Yep.
I just wanted to make the correction.
Explain mine, how I would do it.
No, you did. Okay,
Something
so
mechanical.
you'd make an observation.
Hmm?
Okay. What
Well,
next?
first of all, your method
oil
was
leak.
backwards.
Wait. Stop. All I want to know is Aaron's. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yes, oil leaking. That's my observation.
Okay, so you've observed there's oil leaking on your machine.
Sure.
Okay.
So yeah, he observed the effect first. He
Then I
didn't
create
observe
a
the effect.
hypothesis. Say, does it leak more when I push
stop.
lever
What are you talking about,
forward?
Maxwell? Why are you talking about, Maxwell? Because oil leaking from his machine would
Because
be the
when you're,
observation.
I've been troubleshooting everything for my entire life, and the way Aaron explained his troubleshooting skills is ass backwards. That's not how it works.
Okay, so if anything, he should have said something is leaking from my machine. Right?
Correct. He observed the effect of why it's not working.
No. Okay. No.
Then you begin your troubleshooting.
See, that's not how it works. Okay.
And you
so I'll clarify it for
that's
everyone.
exactly how it works. That's how I've been doing it for my
Maxwell's
entire
right.
life.
Well,
Maxwell's
hey,
right.
that's fine.
I may
That's
have
fine.
said the
No,
wrong word.
stop. I'm actually talking, and we're gonna really focus on that too. If you hear somebody, don't start. If you think they're saying something wrong, when they're done, correct them, and vice versa. And I'll have to police it. I get it. It's not easy to do, but we're gonna do it because I don't have the patience today for that. So
I just want to say, right. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're saying, Maxwell, that the observation of something isn't the first step. Correct?
No, that's not what I said. I said the observation of something can be the effect. You're observing the effect of what you're troubleshooting.
You're on
You
the
wouldn't
whole
be troubleshooting it if you didn't observe the effect.
So you're on the whole.
Now you got to find out the cause.
Yeah, so you're the cause and effect one. Okay. Perfect, because that's not how it would work in my opinion. My opinion.
Yes, that's how you troubleshoot.
Okay, I walk up to my machine, and I notice there's a liquid under my machine. That's my observation. That's step one. Right?
Right, and so
Mhm.
the effect is that your machine is leaking a liquid. Now you're trying to find the cause. Oh, you look up
No,
in
you're
there
not.
and
No,
you see
no.
a piece
Nope,
of the
no, I'm
gasket missing from the oil
No, I'm
pan.
not.
So there's
Right
your
now-
cause.
Right now, all I'm trying to figure out is why I'm observing liquid on the ground. Now, you're not going to know why and how it happened. That's actually, matter of fact, you're just proved my point more than you could ever have in a million years. Because check this out. You may not know what the cause is. You may know what the effect is. What makes it less scientific what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
I don't know, but if you're troubleshooting an oil leak, there's normally you can think to yourself, well, you can form a hypothesis or whatever you want to call it and say, well, it could be the oil pan gasket, it could be the crank seal, it could be this, it could be that, it could be a loose oil line.
Those are
so
your
now you've
hypothesis.
just formed three identifiers to to find
That's-
the cause. Okay, so now
That's
you got your,
okay.
your
Okay.
hypothesis to find the cause of it. So you
You're
investigate
long-winded.
each of these
Holy
things.
shit!
Yeah, but you guys are
Stop.
kind of both right. You guys are kind of both
Okay.
right.
Listen.
Maxwell's
Okay.
right. Sean, you're right.
I know my microphone
Hold on.
works, so you're gonna
Just
stop
an-
talking
just
right now
an
because I gotta get
observe.
this. Damn it! I need to get order here. You don't get 10 minutes to talk. You don't.
Okay, you do. Go for it.
Yes, I do. It's my panel.
No, I was about to super chat you.
So, Maxwell, when you're saying all the nonstop things you're saying, you're purposely doing it, I think. But the observation is there's a leak under my machine. The hypothesis of that is everything you just rang off. Could it be my seals? Could it have been a rock? Could it have been a stick? Could it have been a fucking metal stake? Could it have been worst luck ever? Could it have been bad oil? Could it have been water in my oil? Could have been. It doesn't. You don't know. Those are hypotheses.
Well, Sean, the leak is an assumption. It might not be a leak. Maybe somebody spilled some oil when they're filling up the oil tank.
I kind of cheated on this one because if you own a
Okay,
if you
now
own
you're
a
going
machine,
off track here.
if you own a
totally
machine,
agree
you know
with
the
you,
leaks
Sean.
there. Okay, so far hang on, Huey. Let's stay on track on this.
Someone spilled the oil.
Okay. So basically, we've observed, and now we started asking questions. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. We built a.
Correct. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Okay. So we've basically buttoned down so far what we're going to start looking into. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can have the same list because I'd rather have it this way where you can run off the list all you like because either way it's going to always form the same conclusion in a sense. Okay, so we have basically. I hate when it does that. Damn it. Okay, here we go. So we have basically got to we're on step 3. We'll say 3 right now. Let's see. Waiting for my little pen. You guys know what the pen I'm talking about. Actually, I'm going to put the link in the bunker for anyone who wants to jump on. I'm going to make it very clear though. Just because you come on doesn't mean everyone's going to get a 20-minute time to talk. If you didn't like how things were said so far, I'm sorry. If you have a whole boatload to say, it's not today with a big panel. Everyone's going to be cut down to a fucking minute, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. But until then, let me continue what I was just doing. Okay, so far we've done this one. Now we're constructing a hypothesis, correct? Now is, could it be this? Could it be that? What was it? Or let me check this. Go through your steps, correct? Maxwell and Aaron? Now you guys want to go?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So we've done all that. So what was one of the things? You said the oil pan gasket, right?
Yeah, oil pan gasket,
Okay.
crank
You said
seal,
crank
oil
seal.
line. You don't know. Still in your hypothesis, right?
Yep.
Hydraulic fitting. Oil filter. Come on, Sean. Oil plug.
Some plug.
Or just oil on the ground like the gentleman just said.
Okay. So there's
Well, it's not oil on the
Not
ground.
necessarily somebody
Because
You guys
there's
are-
a drip.
Maxwell,
from the
you're
bottom of the
roboting.
engine.
You're roboting big time. Start over. I just need you to start over.
I'm just going to say we've ruled out that it's oil from somebody else. It's definitely coming from the machine. We've observed it coming from the machine.
Okay.
Hypothesis and effect, like Maxwell's saying, like the oil is the effect. They do have to. It's a circular thing, right? So even in the beginning, you guys are both right, is what I'm saying. Sean, you're just saying no. Start at the beginning. Maxwell is saying let's go to the end. We see this effect. We see this oil leak, but your hypothesis, as you find out how that happened, like why it caused that, is going to be the effect of the oil leak.
Will it? Okay, let's find out. You're saying no. You're saying if you backtrack it, you'll find the cause, right? Or am I hearing? Did I hear you
Well, the
wrong?
scientific method, as you're going through, yes.
Well, you have to restate that it's part of the effect. It's not the full effect. It's not the full effect. It's part of an effect.
Yes.
Does that make any
To me, it
sense?
does.
You know that it's leaking. That's an effect. You don't know where it's leaking from now you're going to have to find out the true effect of where it's actually coming from.
The cause.
Does that make any sense?
The cause.
Yeah, you got to.
Why?
Well, you basically you've asked all those questions. You've come to the conclusion of this. It could be this many things, but I'm not seeing. But what? How do you even start for a cause? If the effect is something went wrong.
Well,
The cause isn't the oil. The cause isn't the whole. Yeah, much better.
Okay, so I'm just gonna presuppose something here. Okay.
Okay.
So you've observed the oil leaking from the bottom of the engine, right? So you've observed an effect. It's not the full effect, okay? Because you still have to determine the cause. If you determine the cause to be, say, like a crankshaft seal, okay? So now you've determined that the oil is actually leaking out of the crankshaft seal. Well, you've determined another effect and partially a cause, but you don't know the actual cause because you don't know why that seal went bad. Did it just wear out? Is the crank loose? Is it vibrating to cause the seal to wear out fast? You know, it's not as simple.
Again,
as you
but you're
think it is.
still you're still in the hypothesis stage of this.
I know. Yes, Shawnee is, but I agree with him. But I think we have to manipulate the cause, which would mean start the engine, right, and then go observe again.
What you're
That
saying,
might be nice.
Okay, so we've done the hypothesis part. Now we're going to test with experiments. Basically, we're going to, like you said, fire up the engine. See if we
let's manipulate.
Hang on. So we're going to make sure. So we're going to say, just for shits and giggles, we changed the oil pan gasket. We changed that.
No, not yet.
No. Yes, we do, because we've already come to a hypo. Aaron, what? Wait. So we haven't come up with a hypothesis yet?
Yeah, the hypothesis is we're gonna the engine. There's oil on the ground, and we're gonna find out what is the cause of this.
No.
That's a hypothesis.
No.
What is
the hypothesis is: could it be an oil leak? Could it be oil? Could it be water? Could it be from the oil pan?
Maybe
could it be from the crank? Could it be from the crankshaft? Could it be from a hose or some line somewhere around the machine? That's a hypothesis. That's your hypothesis.
So at that point, we're going to manipulate all different causes.
No, again, you're not understanding. See, that's the problem. That is 100% the problem. You guys are listening to Quantum Eraser, regardless of whether or not he's right or wrong, and you're just wrong, and that's how bad it is. Let me explain this again. I would do if I had an oil leak. But you're trying to word it like Quantum Eraser does for some weird reason. Now, let me make it
eliminate all other causes, Sean. That's what I do.
You can't figure out a cause in the hypothesis. Do you not understand what the cause is? The cause is what? No, stop. The cause is
get off the first step. Go to the third step. Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, do you want to do this from? Hey, Aaron, do you want to do this from the chat, the YouTube chat? Stop trolling. I've had it. I laughed for 3 days. I'm serious now. So I'm going to ask this one more time. We've gone through the hypothesis. We've gone through what it could be. We've asked our questions. Understand, the cause is what made all this start, not the after. We're looking at the effects. We don't know what the cause is. Unless you watched it happen, unless you know exactly when it happened and why, you will not know the cause. Which is, I've already explained, is exactly why quantum eraser's whole spiel is bullshit already. So, we're going to go at this my pace. We have gone through a hypothesis of what it could be. Me and Maxwell went through a list. If you weren't listening, oh well. The next step is exactly what you did say, though. We're going to see if we fix the problem. That's the experiment. If it works, no more oil leak, starts right up, then we're done. But if we're not done, and we have to repair this, we'll say 4 more things. Each time we repaired something, we try to see if it worked. That's the experimental data. I tried this, didn't work. I changed this, it didn't work. I did this, it didn't work. Pretty simple so far. Right? Okay. So
Yes.
if we're going through a whole list of these steps, of things that we could change, fix the problem, eventually, hopefully, we'll come to one of these hypotheses that does work. Change the fuel filter, change this, change that, change the oil filter, new filter housing. Like, there's 1,000 things it could be, but once you found the thing that fixes it, right? You've drawn a conclusion. You can then draw a conclusion as to what it was.
Sean, if you look at the step there where it says test with an experiment, this is where the QE, it says test with an experiment, yeah?
Yep.
Well, this is where the contention comes in, because QE will tell you, unless you personally manipulate the independent variable, it's not science.
Well, and that's the other thing. You don't have to manipulate the variable. There are many of situations, for instance, time.
Right.
Time was one. You're just not manipulating the variable. That's all there is to it.
An example of something that was quite recent. I don't know if anybody heard Riley on with Hufford. What Hufford did was he found a building and he used a thermal camera to measure the temperature of the moonlit side of the building. And then he went around the corner and he measured the temperature of the wall that was in the shade. Now, according to Riley, because Hufford didn't personally manipulate the independent variable, in other words, cause a shadow himself, then it doesn't count. This is how ridiculous this thing is.
Oh yeah, but that's exactly why I insist on doing things like this, because once you start really breaking down what they're doing, it's very simple to understand where they're just completely wrong in what they're saying. Hang on.
Call that shadow, therefore you're not doing science.
Okay, hang on, Huey. All right,
Sorry,
guys.
Huey,
So
please.
everyone that's in the bunker, the link is there now. Again, I'm gonna police the shit out of this panel because today is not the day for me. I don't know where Maxwell went because it was much easier when.
People are saying Riley is saying that the shadow of a building isn't really a shadow. It's not actually what he said. He did agree that it is. What he's saying is that because Hufford didn't personally cause that shadow, he's not doing science. It doesn't count.
Okay, but you keep veering off topic. So give me a second, Hugh. Okay, so with what we've gotten so far, no subscription, so Maxwell's not here. All right, understand, if you're talking the cause, Aaron, then you're immediately saying how it happened in our situation. So you don't think it's a whole cause and effect thing. You understand that.
Maxwell came on and said that the oil leak is the effect, and he's kind of right, and you're right too. Saying no, start at the beginning. You guys are both right, because in the end we're gonna find out what the problem is through manipulation of the systems. Let's say engine starting. Is it engine oil? Is it hydraulic oil? Is it antifreeze? Right? Is it fuel? Like what? First, we're going to find out what it is, and we're going to eliminate those systems through experimentation.
Can I ask you a question of Aaron?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Aaron, you use equipment on a daily basis, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. Are you honestly saying that every time you see a leak, you will automatically start that vehicle to try and find out the problem? That you don't use your experience, past experience, to tell you whether it's safe to start the vehicle or not, so you prevent doing more damage?
Say it again. The question. You said a lot
All right.
there. But
You have a lot of experience. You have a lot of experience using equipment, right? So you will be used to having leaks and
I'm gonna
stuff.
walk up to my dozer in one, in the morning, and then give your example of what I might experience.
Right. So you walk up to the dozer and you see a leak underneath it.
Yeah.
Your past experience will tell you whether you will start that vehicle or not, because there is a potential for causing a lot more damage. So it is not about starting the vehicle to try to find out where the leak is coming from.
Absolutely, and you're totally right with the first thing with equipment, and even all you guys cars. What you should do is walk around and observe it. Look at tire pressure. Look at tires. Look under your car also. I do that. So does Sean with every single piece of equipment we come up to. We just walk around it, look at it, and see. Oh, is something abnormal, right? Such as a big black spot under under the blade. So, yeah.
Or is there a hobo sleeping under it?
Or maybe, right? You never know. Maybe somebody pulled the drain plug. I don't know.
Or a cat in your radiator. I just went through that today.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, who was the gentleman asking the question there? That they and them?
That was me. Yeah, that was my point, Aaron. You're jumping ahead in the process that Sean's trying to lay out. So please, please just follow Sean, and you'll see where you're potentially going wrong. Okay.
You don't need to beg me to follow Sean. I think we are following Sean's idea, his idea. But I just told you what I do when I walk up to my equipment. Very simple. Do
you think we should have an understanding of what the scientific method is, or what science really is, in order to try to define and find the difference between science and pseudoscience?
Who are you talking to? Jose, who are you talking to?
Well, I think that's what we were going over at that point.
Would you guys like an example that fits the scientific method slightly better than trying to diagnose an oil leak?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's not really a good method, is it? The oil leak isn't really that relevant to science.
Chonji, I got really good citations to share with you. That's why I really wanted to join. So I'm going to get it set up.
Do this. Okay, so everyone,
yeah,
just hold down and mute, because everyone keeps popping in. Stop. Okay, so
hey, wait, Sean G, can you
dude? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Again?
No, not right now, because that is not topic, not what's going on. You're fucking in here, Maxwell. Really? Really? Is that what you need? You need to. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Everyone, stop! Don't talk nothing. We're all gonna wait until I go get the bunker link, so Maxwell can get in there. Anybody who talks, and I'm being as serious as fuck. Anybody who talks, I'm gonna fucking boot you out of here. All right, Maxwell, I'll be right back for you, buddy. There you go, Max. The link is now in the side chat. Now you can get into the bunker. Do you need me to accept you and give you a role too before we start? Trying to find out. Okay, thank you, Maxwell. Okay, so sorry guys, we're back to it again. All right, so
yeah, we can all talk at the same time now. Sorry, go ahead. I had to do that, man.
It can be as funny as you guys want. I'll boot everyone off this panel. I don't give a fuck. I'll do this whole thing by myself. So we'll go over what the scientific method is. The scientific method is a process used by scientists to acquire new knowledge and improve our understanding of the universe. It involves making observations on the phenomena being studied, suggesting explanations for the observations, and testing those possible explanations, also called hypothesis. By making new observations, a hypothesis is a scientist's proposed explanation of a phenomenon which still might be tested. And that's the physics definition of the scientific method.
Can I share my screen? Last time when Sleeping Warrior was on my channel a month ago, he had a little feud with Trish Blight, and Trish Blight shared a bunch of links, really good links, on why we cannot follow this methodology and the steps that Quantum Eraser preaches. So I got a few citations. Just I'm gonna share my full screen. I deleted the Meet link just in case. I'm gonna present it, but you have an idea what I'm talking about. I got like 12 or 13. I want to read only 2 of those, which are really good. I still got them original on Skype right here, and I got right here. All right. This is from the Geological Society of America, The Nature of Science and the Scientific Method. Research clearly shows most students and teachers do not adequately understand the nature of science. For example, most teachers and students believe that all scientific investigations adhere to an identical set of steps known as the scientific method. The scientific method, in actuality, isn't a set of sequence of procedures that must happen, although it is sometimes presented as such. Some description actually lists a number 3 to 14 procedural steps. No matter how many steps it has or what they cover, the scientific method does contain elements that are applicable to most experimental sciences, such as physics and chemistry, and is taught to students to aid their understanding of science. I'm going to read one more, and then I'll step back. This is from Dr. John Denker, professor of the Institute of Theoretical Physics, University of California. People who have not done any research, not even seen it done, sometimes equate the scientific method with a step-by-step hypothesis test approach. This is a travesty. It makes research seem hundreds of times easier than it really is. In addition, overemphasis on one particular method makes it impossible to understand the history of science. And I got a lot more citations like that it just contradicts what Quantum Eraser preaches. There's only one methodology to do the scientific method. This debunked 100% all these citations right here from actual, doctors, professors, and scientists. I'll stop screen sharing.
Cheers, Jose. Your English is fucking awesome.
It's not too bad. Thank you. Yeah, I've been looking at these citations, and they are interesting because I really believed that it had to be these steps. Like, you have to observe a phenomena. You cannot invoke it with a contraption or a apparatus, before you do this hypothesis and the cause and effect. I tried to learn that Quantum Eraser BS for such a long time, and then when I look outside my box in my brain, I said, like, what am I doing? That's not the only way. He's claiming, he's just telling everybody, you got to lock your brain in a box like myself, and you have to preach what I preach you, and you have to spread this, in my evangelism and shit. That's the way I see it, you know.
Well, Jose, there's a purpose to the scientific method. And the purpose is really very simple. The entire thing, the entire purpose has to do simply with ensuring that you don't end up thinking something's true that isn't true, or thinking something isn't true that actually is true. And whatever process you go through that gets you to that point is perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be a hard, fixed set of steps.
Is a theory true, Big Blue?
Theory can be true. It could be true.
No, is it?
It's as close to truth as we
Yesterday,
got.
yesterday we were talking about it, scientific theory and theory, and yeah, there are scientific theories that are truth. Yeah, I mean that's the truth. Even regular theories
But Jose,
can be
they,
truth. You know.
they wouldn't be called theories if they were true. It'd be fact, right?
Well,
There's scientific fact and there's scientific theory, right? I mean, that's
getting off topic.
That's pinpointing the topic right there.
Barney, we don't hear you, Barney, and I want to hear you.
You've got to be careful about saying words like fact and truth and 100%.
No, we don't. No, we don't have to be careful. Why now? Well, I have to be careful about saying fact.
Aaron, I haven't made my point. Can you shut up, please? You've got to be careful about using words like that because that's not what science does.
No.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Aaron.
Theorists.
Shut your fucking mouth. And let me make my point.
Theorists. This guy's angry.
Yeah, because you keep fucking interrupting me.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say fuck that panel, and I'll start a new one. I'm going to make this very, very clear. Shut the fuck up until you're asked a question. I don't need you rambling. I don't need you cutting me off. I don't need you cutting everyone off. And Hugh, I don't need you fucking talking shit like that. Just to understand, Hugh, you've talked over me 5 times. Talking, and then you change subjects. I can give a shit less about QE in his version of the scientific method. I wanted to go over the scientific method. Pseudoscience. Do not come on here and derail it to what you think the conversation needs to be. Don't think that you're going to come on and change the format of it, because I was in the middle of fucking doing something. And 5 people wanted to get on here, and I knew I shouldn't have done it, because you jumped on and everything went to shit. I don't care if you like my example or not. Wait your fucking turn, then you explain that. Stay on topic. Otherwise, I'll do it my damn self. I don't give a fuck. Aaron, don't come on my panel anymore if you're gonna fucking troll. I can give a shit less for that. I ain't got time for it. Kind of hard to believe someone knows exactly how a fucking hydraulic system runs, but you don't understand you don't know the definition of a theory is. Fuck that shit. I'm over it. Give me a second so I can start this up. Anyone who does want a link, let me know in the chat, and I will give you a link. It's not going to be an open panel anymore. You guys don't get it. Bunch of fucking grown men. None of you guys can fucking just shut the fuck up until it's time to talk. Now, I'll do it my way. I'm gonna make this very clear again. Aaron, don't come on here if you have a smidget of fucking troll left. Hugh, if you can't stop and listen and not derail because that's just where your brain's at with it, don't come back on. Jose, stop acting like any different from your shit. I don't really care if you like what I say or not. but you kind of cut me off in the middle of me what I was doing to basically say the same shit I was saying. Guys, I'll do this shit by myself. I don't care. I thought an open panel was a great idea to get other people's opinions and shit. But if you guys want to act like children, fine, we'll act like children. So let me get into it this way. So anybody who didn't just get the last 5 minutes of what the fuck I just said, if you can't follow directions, don't come on my panel. How about that? Okay. So now that we've been derailed, and I'm gonna go ahead and just start completely fuck over again. I don't care. Anyone who doesn't want to deal with it, leave. Anybody who doesn't want to fucking listen, bye. Jose, if you want to start your own new stream again, go ahead, go start a stream. I don't give a fuck. But I'm going to continue what I had to say. So, the link's out there. Come in on your own discretion. Do not come here if you can't act like a fucking adult. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start over. Basically, this is where we're going to stay at. Pseudoscience versus science. Obviously, we needn't go into the scientific method. Honestly, no problem with the sources you had, Jose, but I was literally in the middle of reading a source that you cut me off to read the same source. So we're really gonna act like adults now. And then that was the only issue I had there. But between Aaron,
what the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't cut you up. Now I cut you up because you are full of shit, Sean. I didn't cut you up, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
No, yeah, I was reading the scientific method, and you went, I have 2 citations, and I have them from Trish. Do you want me to rewind it?
You took a long pause, and I said,
would you like? Yeah, because I had to go to the page. Would you like me to rewind it? Would you like me to rewind it, or did you want to just make the rest of this stream for you?
You took a long pause, and I did my citation.
Okay, well, if you don't like what I had to say, then bye.
I said what I had to say. Like what I liked. Let's talk. I'm not gonna talk in past. I liked what you had to talk, but now, fuck you, big.
Then get the fuck out of my fucking panel, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, Jose, at all. You don't run my shit. And if that's the case, we'll do this again. We've done this before. You stepped on my toes and don't fucking disrespect me on my fucking panel. If you don't like how I run it, then don't come on my fucking panel. Don't think no one notices how you act very trolly here and you are so against it on your panel. So when you figure that shit out, then come back on my panel with an opinion like you just did. Bye. Anyone else doesn't like it, get the fuck out of here. I don't care. Hey, Jose, if that's the case, go suck my fucking dick.